In this video, we're taking you out through the River Ribble estuary to the Irish Sea, leaving 1 hour before low tide, going out with the ebb and fishing all the way through the tide up until high tide before coming back on the last of the flood. Here we've launched from Lytham, which, although it is situated far up the River Ribble estuary, still gives access to some fantastic tope fishing and is, in my opinion, a bit of a hidden gem on the sea fishing scene.
Hey guys, so we're just running down the Ribble estuary now, down the channel. We're going to go out tope fishing today, hopefully. We're going to be fishing big baits on the bottom for things like tope, thornback rays, bull huss. We've had spear dog, but that was a bit later in the year. We'll also get some feathers down for some mackerel as well, hopefully get some fresh bait. So we're just coming down the channel now, and we'll keep you with us till the end and see how we do. We're out here now on the tope mark. We're about 6 miles offshore. We're going to try bottom baits on big traces for tope, rays, spear dog, huss, things like that. Meanwhile, Dad's going to get the feathers out, try and get some fresh bait. We've got a ton of bait anyway, but we'll try and get some fresh mackerel and whiting if we can on the feathers. We were out here not long ago and we did fairly well down on the bait, so should be right. And I've also got my dad as cameraman, so should actually get some half decent footage today. So we'll keep you posted how we get on, and we'll see you next, hopefully with a fish. But we're just going to put a bit of chum out. When you're fishing at sea, for anything really, it's always a good idea to put some chum out. Especially when there's a bit of tide running. We're kind of on slack water now, but when the tide gets running, that'll be good. It's all mashed up peeler crabs, fish guts, just offal and bits like that. All I do, pop it in a cockle bag, chuck it over the side, and give it a couple of wraps around the roll up, and just leave that, and you'll actually see that later in the tide working its way out, loads of little bits of chum just working its way out, and that creates a slick, and the fish can sort of follow that and find your hook baits. So just something a little worth doing. Dad's hooked into something on the feathers. Hopefully it's the mackerel. Whee! Fresh bait. There's a fish, guys. Feels like a dogfish. You often get a few of these when you tope fishing. I'm sure we'll see more than one of these today. Yep, it is indeed a dogfish. There he is. As I say, probably going to get a lot of them today, so we're not going to film them all. But nice to get a bit of action while we wait for the tope. Well guys, we've just hooked the first tope of the session, as you can hear from the reel. We probably won't film it all because you can be on these quite a while if they're big fish. But I will say, the thing to do when you're playing tope, it's easy to panic when you've got a screaming fish like this. The thing to do is relax. Make sure you've got a good posture, make sure your drag's set correctly, and then you can get stuck into playing the fish, because you could be on him a while, so it's worth taking it easy. But we'll stop the filming for now and hopefully pick it back up when we're a bit closer to catching the fish, because as I say, these can often take a while to get in.
Unfortunately, we lost that particular fish. Don't be disheartened if this happens to you, as tope have tough mouths and give rapid head shakes, so when tope fishing, it's natural to lose a few fish. Whee! We've just landed a ray.
Hey guys, well, we've just caught this little ray. I wanted one of these for the camera. This was only small, about £3. Lovely little thornback ray, took a piece of mackerel. They do get quite big. We'd like to get a double figure one of these, but lovely to see one all the same. Well, we've just had another baby thornback, guys. Lovely to see. Smaller fish this time. Shows what small fish do pick up the big baits, so it's always worth using fillets instead of whole fish, because you do pick up fish like this. Fantastic. Whiting this time on the feathers, guys. That doesn't matter, that's just as good bait. Slightly bigger ray this time. Nice fish that probably goes, I'd say 6 pound at a push, 5.5 maybe. But good sport, they fight well. They don't run like tope, but they do hold the ground quite well. Lovely to catch. Popping back now. Well, yeah, there's the first tope of the day. I'll be lucky if I get him this time. I've gone for him. Nope. Okay. We nearly got him first time, but that was a bit premature. And I didn't get the tail. I could only get the dorsal. We'll try again. And if we get the tail, we'll be laughing. But it's a nice fish. Certainly double figures. He's certainly given us some jumps for the camera. Just got to ease him up again. He's got back down to the bottom. If I had the tail then, I think we'd have had him. Here he comes. Here we go. Got to try and get hold of that tail.
Keep him that way.
Now we're getting there. Now we've got a chance. Oh, don't want to hurt the fish. Fish is landed. I don't know how much of that you'll see, but we've caught a tope. You've got to be quite firm with these fish because you don't want them to hurt you or themselves. So it's worth jumping on the fish and trying to hold them down. We'll stop the filming now and then film it again when we've got it unhooked and weighed and stuff. Fantastic. We've had a 25.5 pounder. Let's see if I can hold him up. Gotta watch the teeth. He's very lively. There we go. 25.5 pounds. Beautiful fish. Over the moon with that one. Took a bit of mackerel, gave us some awesome jumps to the camera. I think we got some footage. So we'll show you that later. Fantastic. Okay guys, we're going to put the fish back now because he's got a bit of a bleed on. I'm going to try and recover him a bit, but sometimes these fish just go and there's not much you can do about it. Yeah, this fish is just going to go, I think. Oh, there he goes. How good is that? Fantastic.
Oh.
Foul hook.
We've managed to foul hook a dab on the feathers, but it's another species. And it's nice to see. Just hold him up, Dad.
Yeah, we get a hook out.
Oh, no, that did the trick.
Didn't go well. I thought it felt good.
There we go. Lovely little dab. Pop him back.
We've got another tope by the boat, guys. He's looking good there. The more you let them tire themselves out, the more chance you've got. But he is just hanging there, so I think we'll make an attempt to land him. What do you reckon? Go for it now?
Well, it's probably a bit longer actually, that one.
We're going to have a go to land the fish. It's a similar size to the first fish.
It's not been on the run that one.
He's not, no, we're taking this fish early again. We've gone for it. Whoa! The fish is aboard! As elegantly as usual. He's tied himself up in the trace, so I don't want him to spin again. Okay. See how there, as soon as those teeth touched the main line, it just snapped off. If they can get their teeth to your line, you're in trouble. So you can only let them go through the trace. We've got a fish, another tope.
Hauling these fish aboard may look rough, but tope are tough-skinned creatures, and this is by far the better option over cutting the trace with the fish still in the water and leaving a hook in the fish.
Got another beautiful tope here. This is a male fish, you can tell by the claspers underneath. Just a point of interest. Another fish about 25 pound, mid-20s. I didn't actually think this one was as big, but it is. But that's fantastic. We'll get the fish back now. We've got some pictures. It's really hot today. I think it's like the hottest day this year, so try and recover the fish a bit if we can, but as I say, the rough will just vanish. Oh, I'm not going to be able to hold him. There we go. Whoa. He's gone. Bye. I'm just going to talk you through the rig I use for tope fishing, because I guess some people might wonder how it's done. It's really, really simple. First thing, pop onto the line, one of these quick change running plastic clip things, and I've popped onto that 6-ounce lead. I've then got a clip to change the hook length, a swivel, and then about 2 foot of wire straight on to a Shaughnessy hook, and that's on with a crimp. And that's all it is. And I'll simply hook a mackerel fillet on. You can fish entire whole dead baits, but then I find you don't tend to pick up the rays and things because it's too big of a bait, it's just for tope. So that's all I do, really, really simple. Does the job. Hooked up to another tope, guys. I think it's a tope. If it's a ray, it'll be an impressive ray. Just get a bit of video of playing it. You've got to be conscious when you're playing them like this at anchor that they don't get up around your anchor rope, because then you can be in trouble. But coming up in the water now, I think we'll be alright.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I...
It was at this point that things went a bit south with this tope. After dropping the fish by the side of the boat here and the next attempt to land it, we unfortunately lost the fish.
Well, I've just added another fish to the species tally. Little juvenile tub gurnard. You can tell these apart from the red gurnard because they've got that blue on the front edge of the pectoral fins. Lovely little fish. They've got these little legs underneath and they use them to walk around on the bottom with and grub up little worms or whatever they can find, but they do take feathers, which is what these just came on. Nice to see. You can keep them for bait. Larger ones are meant to be a good eating, but we're going to put this guy back. See ya! Got another tope on here now. Just letting the fish play out a little bit, sit in the tide, although I don't think this is exerting much energy. I can actually see this fish is very, very lightly hooked. I can see the hook hanging. So, if we don't get this one in, it's not our fault. Well, it is entirely our fault. But
He's on the goodie bag watching.
Well, I can see it's a light foothold. Seems to go any moment. Just demonstrating the teeth of the tope. I'm not sure how well you can see them. Those are the teeth you don't want any of. They don't look like much, but they'll go straight through rubber waders or whatever you're wearing, so you don't want to take a bite by them. Beautiful fish. Okay guys, fish of the day. That's the third tope. He's a bit heavier. This one's over 26 pound. Another male fish, you can tell from the claspers. It's a really hot day, so we're going to get him back. Fantastic. Couldn't have asked for more. Come on, big boy. Try and lift this one a bit if I can. Oh, might not work. Good idea in the tide, just to try and get their head pointing up tide, get some oxygen flowing. Because they do tire themselves out in the fight. Whoa. Whoa. He's gone. Right guys, we're going to take a run in now. We've got the last hour or two of the flood left, so I'll have to head back in. The fishing's been outstanding, as it often is at this mark. This spot's been very, very kind to us over the years. We had 3 nice tope, all above mid-20s. We had some good mackerel, we had a couple of rays and a few dogfish. We had a mixed species as well. We picked up a couple of whiting and gurnard, so can't really ask for much better than that. So we're going to go in now. We might do a little bit of inshore fishing because it's still nice and flat calm. And if we do anything more, I'll keep you posted and we'll do another bit to camera here on the way in. Guys, that's it for today. We had a little dabble inshore, but nothing much to show for it. But we can't argue with that tope fishing, that was fantastic. So we'll run in now, recover the boat, and we've got some mackerel to fillet and have a look at all the pictures of the tope and rays. Thanks for watching, see you next time.